How does an actor stay famous for 60 years? It's not just about surviving. This man completely reinvented himself for 3 entire generations of movie fans. Most actors get one shot, maybe a few good years. Michael Caine literally had 3 completely different careers. This isn't just some long, boring story. This is the story of 3 lives, all on the big screen. The 60s cool guy, the 80s powerhouse, and the 21st century mentor. This is the insane story of how a regular kid from London became the legendary Sir Michael Caine by changing everything about himself, except for the one thing that actually mattered. In the 1960s, British movies were kind of boring. They were full of fancy accents and guys who sounded like they were always performing Shakespeare. Then, out of nowhere, this guy showed up. Michael Caine didn't sound like those actors. He sounded like a normal person. He was a war veteran, and his dad worked at a fish market, and he brought that realness to every single role. His big break was a movie called Zulu in 1964. Caine himself said he wanted to play a regular working-class soldier, but the director looked at this 6'2" guy and cast him as the fancy officer instead. The craziest part, Caine became a superstar by pretending to be the exact type of person he was trying to get away from. Zulu made him famous, but his next movies made him a legend. He played a spy named Harry Palmer in the Ipcress File, and he was the complete opposite of James Bond. Palmer was just a normal guy doing a job, not some superhero. Then he starred in Alfie, and this movie made him an icon and got him his first Oscar nomination. Alfie was this ladies' man who would literally talk to the camera to explain himself. He was the perfect symbol of the swinging 60s, and Caine played him with this insane mix of charm and sadness that nobody had ever seen before. He completely destroyed the old idea of a boring British actor. This was Caine's first life, the icon. With his glasses, his suits, and his cool accent, he became a massive cultural symbol. He wasn't just acting, he represented a new Britain where your background didn't matter, only your talent. His acting was so real it blew people's minds. He knew how to do less to get more, which was the total opposite of the huge, dramatic acting at the time. He understood that the camera loves stillness and that just listening was powerful. He even taught this insane acting trick where he would only look at one of his scene partner's eyes, which created this intense look that was perfect for movies. He learned all of this not in some fancy acting school, but by watching people on the subway. By the late 70s, movies were changing. The gritty films were out, and giant blockbusters were in. A lot of 60s stars couldn't keep up, but for Caine, this was the start of his second life. He went from being the main star who carried movies to the supporting actor who stole the show. This era was defined by an unbelievable string of movies where he showed incredible depth. In Educating Rita, he played a washed-up alcoholic professor who gets his passion back by teaching a working-class woman. His performance was incredible, both hilarious and tragic, and he won a BAFTA and a Golden Globe for it. Then, he was in Woody Allen's Hannah and Her Sisters. Caine played a guy who was secretly in love with his wife's sister. His entire performance is internal. You see all the pain in his eyes and his quiet desperation. It was a million miles away from the swagger of Alfie, and he won his first ever Academy Award for it. Michael Caine was now an Oscar winner, a respected master who could deliver an amazing performance in literally any movie. Of course, he also made movies like Jaws, The Revenge and the Hand. Caine has always been brutally honest about taking roles just for the money, once saying, "You don't retire in this business, the business retires you." But even in those terrible movies, he always gave 100%. He was so professional that he actually made bad movies better just by being in them. This commitment to the work, no matter what, was his new identity. He wasn't just a star, he was a pro you could always count on. He followed this up with another Oscar win for The Cider House Rules in 1999, proving he was one of the greatest character actors alive. It's this insane range that makes Michael Caine's career so incredible to watch. He's played good guys, bad guys, mentors, and idiots sometimes in the same year. And if you're enjoying this breakdown of a total legend, smash that subscribe button for more videos about iconic actors. Jets. When you thought Michael Caine was done, his career exploded in a way nobody saw coming. The story is insane. The director, Christopher Nolan, who was making these smaller, genius movies, personally showed up at Caine's house with a script. He wanted him to be the butler in Batman Begins. Caine was like, "No way. What am I gonna say? Dinner is served." But Nolan told him this wasn't just a butler. This character, Alfred, was Batman's godfather, his mentor, his conscience, his father. Started Caine's third life, the wise mentor. In the Dark Knight trilogy, his Alfred was the emotional center of the entire series. He wasn't just a side character, he was the heart of the movies. His performance made these giant, epic movies feel human. The pain in his voice when he told Bruce Wayne the story about the bandit, or the grief in his eyes at Bruce's funeral. Those are some of the most powerful moments in the entire trilogy. Caine even created his own backstory that Alfred was a tough ex-special forces soldier, so he could be the protector Bruce Wayne needed. This partnership introduced Caine to a whole new generation of fans. He became Christopher Nolan's lucky charm, appearing in 8 of his movies, including The Prestige, Inception, and Interstellar. He even had a voice cameo in Dunkirk. In these movies, he perfected the role of the wise old man who could explain crazy, complex ideas and make you feel safe. Caine himself said that Nolan gave him a whole new career in his 70s and 80s. His very last role before he retired in 2023 was in The Great Escaper, where, at 90 years old, he got insane reviews for playing a World War II veteran. What an unbelievable way to end a legendary career. So how do you even begin to wrap up a career that massive? How did Michael Caine pull off something nobody has ever done before? The secret is his 3 lives. He started as the 60s rebel, who brought a crazy new level of realness to movies. Then he became the 80s heavyweight, a super versatile actor who won 2 Oscars by finding the humanity in every character. And finally, he became the wise mentor in the Nolan movies, the emotional core of some of the biggest blockbusters ever made. Through all of that, his #1 rule never changed. Be real. Dynamo. If he was playing a player, a professor, or a butler, he was always 100% truthful. He was a giant movie star who could disappear into his roles, an icon who never forgot where he came from. He proved that to have a long and amazing career, you have to be willing to completely reinvent yourself. Throw away the thing that made you famous and become whatever the story needs you to be. Maurice Micklewhite became Michael Caine, who became Harry Palmer, who became Alfie, who became Elliot, who became Alfred. 3 lives, 1 unbelievable legacy. What's your favorite Michael Caine's performance? Let me know in the comments below.